Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And we are underway from the Superdome. Well, now how about this return? And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. At a glance here at their quarterback standing 6'3".
And this is a game for grit, determination, and somehow finding a way not to panic. What a horrible start for them. I mean, they haven't won a game yet. So now, as a quarterback, you're not just talking to your team. You've got to demonstrate to them what they need to do to win. He's got to be the leader by how he plays.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. They'll set up a throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. They'll drop to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Barrett. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. They'll look to throw again. Throw left side complete. That's Adams. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive. And here's a handoff out of the... And he coughed it up!
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Up the middle they go. Cool. That one a first down pickup of 8. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and they're going to face a third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On third down, he'll drop to throw. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And they'll be led out by their 8th-year quarterback.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it in the middle of the schedule. Purdy looking to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Now you look at the Saints defense. They enter play one from the bottom, number 31 in the league, Charles, against the run.
And that's been an Achilles heel for them all season long, being able to play against the run, being able to slow teams down. But it's not just that. When you give up big chunks of yardage in the running game, it also opens up the passing options for the team you're playing as well. So typically, when you don't play the run well, you're getting hit in all phases.
The Niners at 2-6 now on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well, because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
Here's Purdy. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
On second down, they'll run it here. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
A big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line to hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
Purdy from the gun on third down. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Saints are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Well, certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
No, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Now a 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Purdy. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Could be 4-down territory even if they don't get this, but they need just a few inches here on third. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Throwing here, Purdy. Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And his throw is incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. He's got his target. That's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 18. Purdy. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Ball resting on the 10-yard line. It's 2nd and 1. Purdy now to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the 49ers are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise...
And it's complete in the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go. Oh, a good return up past the 30. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. It's Schwartz. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. It'll be a Saints 1st down on a gain of 16 yards.
Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle 3rd of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
You know, Charles, for this defense, look, it's no secret. You're facing a team that is really, really struggling. They haven't won in what seems like forever, but sometimes a desperate team can be a dangerous team, right?
You're exactly right about that, but they shouldn't be. When they're on that type of a losing streak, it's incumbent upon you to take charge of this game early and not give them any reason to hold. Get out and tackle and make sure you knock them back on their butts. Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
2 minutes to play in this 1st half. 7-3, our score. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
and happy.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 17 more yards. They had 17 on the previous snap as well. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Saints are once again back in front.
I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. That time a 6-play drive. And in the end, it's capped off by a 7-yard run. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. And you figure, Charles, they have enough time here in the first half, more than a minute, to put a drive together, at least get them in position to try a field goal.
Yeah, they've got all 3 timeouts at their disposal, so I'm actually thinking bigger. With those 3 timeouts, that amount of time on the clock, I'm thinking about trying to get a touchdown and settle for a field goal.
That'll go for a gain of 7, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Now Purdy.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there's a 49er who's in some discomfort.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. A great effort there.
With his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Niners will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And that makes it 14-10. So that drive, 4 plays. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. The 49ers ready to kick it away. And here we go.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Saints offense going to head out now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, we'll see if they want to try to put a drive together, possibly even take the lead here with a touchdown.
And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Back to throw now on 1st down.
On the out route, this is Adams with a catch.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. And his kick here is good. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
So we have reached halftime here with the visiting 49ers.
Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. Taking it right down Broadway. Touchdown, 49ers. He goes 86 yards on the kick return. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
And talk about taking words and bringing them to life. At halftime, I will guarantee you in their locker room, they talked about pressing the kicking game because you can get an advantage if you do it right, and they just did.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And with that, the lead is up to 8. Well, we talk a lot about explosive plays on offense. How about an explosive play on special teams? Certainly one there on the kick return for a touchdown. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Here's a 2nd and 7. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29.
3rd and 9 here.
Looking to throw. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
13 yards the tally on the return there.
And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Play action. Now Purdy.
Rolling to his right. And a quick shuffle pass here is complete. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it's 2nd down.
Purdy will set up to throw it here.
That'll be caught by Rodgers. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Purdy sets up to throw again. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Saints are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. So this offense moving the ball well, trying to open up a 2-score lead here in the But now, potentially, a play that could have big ramifications.
Yeah, you've driven the ball down the field. Things are looking up, but it takes just one bad decision to throw things off the rails.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10.
He finds his man, complete. It's Schwartz. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. And they want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
A few moving pieces on that play because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman can wander downfield. If you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football at that point. But they held their ground, held their spot, and turned it into a nice gain.
Glad to be in the great city of New Orleans, rolling along here in the 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10.
Back to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Schwartz. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that will bring up 3rd and 1.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And this will wind up a Saints first down as he's able to get this up to the 37-yard line.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Here comes the Saints punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
The 49ers offense and Brock Purdy getting ready for this next possession. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets. And it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away.
39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10.
The New Orleans offense set to take over.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Saints who hold the football, but they're trailing as we begin the fourth quarter of play.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. He'll look to throw. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Well, he's proven real effective running the football. No one open, don't force it. Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
On second down, they'll run it here. The 20. 5. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. 44 yards.
And the Saints have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the fourth.
And he's got it. The conversion good, and we are tied in the fourth. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted to tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done. Get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line, 1st and 10.
At the 31-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. Shotgun now with Purdy. A throw left side for Pearsall is complete.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 53 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Running right through him. And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Purdy. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are. You know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
Out of the gun, Purdy.
Eluding the pressure right.
And Purdy finds a way to move the chains. He slides to a stop, and he's got the 1st down.
It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
This offense in good shape. 2 timeouts and the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. It'll be a minimum pickup, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports.
2nd down, 8 yards to go.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Now, what's the thinking here? Because a touchdown would be nice, but you've ensured yourself a chance at 3 in the lead, so how worried are you about the 6?
You're not very worried about if you're confident in your kicker. And if you got a kicker who can put it through the post, you feel really good about trying to bleed that clock down. In an ideal scenario, your kicker puts it through the post as the clock hits zeros.
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line.
Here we go. This is 4th down. Here's Purdy to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the 49ers answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And able to get this out to the 25.
So all eyes on the Saints offense. Down 28-21. A minute 14 to go. Now their losing streak in danger of continuing as they come up on 1st down. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the clock will stop with just 70 seconds left to go in the game. He's back to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Schwartz. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone.
and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
They'll look to throw. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Well, this has certainly turned into a showcase game for what he can do on the ground, because they're just continuing to give him chances to run it, and he's earning every additional carry by putting up positive yardage on each run.
Back to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. He'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Back to throw. His pass caught at the 4. And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter.
So overtime on the horizon, barring a wild finish here as the kick's away. And that one going to hop into the end zone, and it'll come out to the 20. To throw is Purdy. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Final whistle blows, and we need some extra time here to decide who will be the victor.
60 minutes, just not enough some days to decide who's going to...
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So it's the 49ers who will get the football first with a chance to win it here in overtime. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. San Francisco's offense returns to the field where they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds. And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down, because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
Purdy.
And that'll be incomplete. And they need 5 yards on third down here to keep this opening drive of OT alive.
Purdy looking to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Niners first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9.
Throwing here, Purdy.
Oh, and it's intercepted.
And the Saints are going to have it with a chance to win the game here in overtime. Gigantic play by this defense, Charles. So they came back in the 4th quarter, took the momentum into overtime, and now they take the football.
And how do you think the team that just threw the pick feels right now? They surrendered the lead, got to overtime, had a chance to redeem themselves, and now they put the game in jeopardy with another pick. And guess what? Their defense has to hold.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
And this will wind up a Saints 1st down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
They'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Schwartz.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Hands it off out of the gun. Through the middle of the...